Welcome back. We are considering questions that have been sent in to me out of, most of them, anchored out of the book of Revelation. And today's the question is, who are the 144,000 mentioned in Revelation? Are they ethnic Jews, ethnic Israelites? Does it represent the whole church, or is it some sort of idealized remnant? So this number comes out of Revelation chapter 14, where John writes, and I'm reading now, "Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him were the 144,000 who had his name and his Father's name written on their foreheads." So let's pause here for just a second. The number 144,000 has launched 1,000 theories. So, like everything else, in order to understand this, we have to back up and we have to look at what we've been told. We have to look at what this is referencing, what kind of allusions are being made back to the Old Testament. And so this takes us back, in particular, I think, to Ezekiel chapter 9, where God is telling an angel that he is to mark the foreheads of those who are being faithful, those who are mourning the sin of their city. Everyone else is going to face judgment, but those who have received this mark are going to be spared. And it's not that they're perfect, by the way. They're just faithful, and they're being singled out this way. And so we've got something similar going on here of those that are set aside, those that are being marked as being sealed because they belong to God. Now, of course, in the book of Revelation, we also have got this whole idea of that there's others that get a different mark, right? So, but that's a different question. So, who are the 144,000? There's two bigger theories. If you want to ask that question. So, some would say these are literal Jews. There's 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, sort of rooted back in Revelation chapter 7. And where these tribes are listed. And so the argument is that you're seeing a very specific number. This is the Israelites, the ethnic Israelites, the ethnic Jews that are going to play a key role in the end. And maybe they're the first fruits of more Jews that are going to follow, but it's the thought by some is that these are specific ethnic Jews. The second view is that this number 144,000 represents all of God's people, Jews and Gentiles. The number is symbolic. 12 is a big number. It means, sort of whole. And so 12 times 12, you got a really big number. And it's worth noting that when John talks about these, these 12 tribes, he then reports seeing a vast multitude, which might mean that the 12 times 12 is just, again, it's symbolic for a really big number. So who's right? Look, here's the way I would frame this question in a devotional that I'm sort of turning these questions into devotional thoughts. And I think one of the things that the book of Revelation suffers from is that there's a lot of curiosity about, sort of deciphering the code here. And I think the bigger question is, this is what's clear. There are people that are going to be siding with God. God is going to save and God is going to seal, and he's going to finish what he starts. And I want to be among those people who are standing with God. So the question isn't so much, am I one of the 144,000? The question is, am I marked by God? Am I marked by the Lamb? Is there a marking in my life in terms of how I live, how I serve, how I worship, what I talk about? So there's a sense in which these people are being described as being people who are with the Lamb. And so I just want to step back and say, look, there's a sense in which we're all marked. What are you marked by? What am I marked by? The Lamb wins, and we want to be among those who are standing with the Lamb. So take heart. I guess if you're with Christ, you have been sealed, and you are seen, and one day you will stand with him. And so stay faithful and stay close. Have a good day.